Stefon Diggs being spotted with Taylor Frankie Paul has sent the NFL world into chaos. After exclusive photos surfaced, several NFL players, including Patrick Mahomes, reportedly reacted, and some of those responses have been brutal, openly going at Diggs. The situation has quickly escalated, reigniting old beef and sparking major controversy across the league. So what really happened? Get ready, because what you're about to see in this video is shocking. On April 8, 2026, the account Football Crave posted on X that Stefon Diggs had been spotted with Taylor Frankie Paul this morning in Provo, complete with a photo that appeared to show the two walking together in the Utah city. Within hours, the post went viral. Millions of impressions, thousands of quote tweets, comment sections on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads flooded with reactions from fans, commentators, and even people connected to the NFL. The timing of this could not have been more combustible. Diggs was publicly in a relationship with rapper Cardi B, with whom he had a kid, but their relationship fizzled after the 2026 Super Bowl. He's also a free agent right now, released by the New England Patriots after leading their receiving corps to a Super Bowl appearance, and he's facing criminal charges. Paul had been in the news recently because she was chosen to be the Bachelorette this year, but her show was pulled from airing just 3 days before its premiere because of a domestic violence video involving her ex-boyfriend that had resurfaced. So on one hand, you have a veteran NFL wide receiver with an ongoing court case, a messy public breakup, and no team. On the other, you have a reality TV star whose career just imploded on national television. The internet was convinced it was watching two people at the lowest points of their public lives, somehow finding each other in a random city in Utah. The unexpected pairing and lack of prior connection between the two have sparked curiosity and speculation online. Some fans called it random but interesting. Others immediately began speculating about how two people from completely different worlds could have crossed paths. NFL fan accounts, reality TV gossip pages, and general pop culture outlets all ran with the story at the same time, creating a blended audience that couldn't stop talking about it. People from around the league started weighing in almost immediately. Former players and current media figures shared the post, added their commentary, and in many cases just dropped laughing emojis or question marks, the internet's universal language for what on earth is going on. One Threads account posted who else want to know how they met. Alongside the photo, commentator Pearl Davis chimed in on X, calling it a match made in heaven. The reactions ranged from amusement to genuine bewilderment. But here's where this story takes a turn that very few people who were reacting actually bothered to investigate. Because the photograph that launched all of this wasn't what it appeared to be. Not even close. To understand why so many people fell for it, and why the reactions mattered more than the image itself. And that story starts with a fairy tale that ended in a stadium in Santa Clara, California. Stefon Diggs' 2025 NFL season was the kind of narrative Hollywood scripts get rejected for being too dramatic. He signed a 3-year deal with New England after a disappointing, injury-shortened stint with the Houston Texans in 2024, where his season was cut short due to an ACL tear. The expectation was that Diggs was washed, that his best days were in his rearview mirror, which was making second-year quarterback Drake May look competent. But then the season started, and Diggs reminded everybody who he was. He hauled in 85 receptions on 100 targets for 1,013 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, becoming the first Patriots wide receiver to crack 1,000 yards since Julian Edelman back in 2019. Past the Chargers in the wild-card round, past the Texans in the divisional round, and past the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship, where the Patriots ground out an ugly 10-7 victory. At Empower Field at Mile High. Off the field, his life was just as high profile. Their relationship went public in May 2025, and they had a son together in November 2025. The pairing of a Pro Bowl receiver and a Grammy-winning rapper was catnip for pop culture and sports media alike. Cardi B addressed the media after the 2025 AFC Championship game on the field, expressing how proud she was of her boyfriend. That image, Cardi embracing Diggs on the field in Denver, was plastered everywhere. Then came December 2025, a day that would quietly detonate like a time bomb in the background of every celebration that followed. According to court records, Diggs' personal chef told Dedham officers that she and Diggs argued about money he owed her for her work. During the encounter at his home, she said he smacked her across the face and tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck, leaving her feeling short of breath. Diggs' attorney said he categorically denies these allegations, calling them unsubstantiated and motivated by a financial dispute. The charges didn't become public until the end of December. By then, the Patriots were in the playoffs. The arraignment was scheduled for January 23, 2 days before the AFC Championship game, and was postponed until after Super Bowl LX so Diggs could play in the NFL Championship game. So while the world was watching Diggs compete for a ring, behind the scenes, he was preparing to face a judge, and his relationship with the mother of his newest child was unraveling in real time. The Super Bowl itself, held on February 8th at Levi's Stadium, did not go well. The Seahawks dominated the Patriots, 29-13. Diggs finished with just 3 receptions for 37 yards. And even before the final whistle, the cracks in his personal life started showing on the world's biggest stage. There were rumors that Diggs may have had a proposal in mind if the Patriots had beaten the Seahawks. Instead, Cardi B reportedly left the event early, and rumors circulated that Diggs had another woman sitting in his family section. Though that was never officially confirmed, while Stefon Diggs' world was crumbling on one side of the country, Taylor Frankie Paul's was imploding on the other. Paul is one of the stars of the hit reality TV show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She is one of the show's main focal points and a founder of Mom Talk, a group of Mormon wives and mothers who have TikTok channels that started out talking about what it was like being Mormon. The show, which first aired on Hulu in September 2024, was a cultural phenomenon. Hulu said the show's premiere was its most watched unscripted season debut of 2024, surpassing The Kardashians, and it was renewed for multiple additional seasons. Paul's journey from TikTok mom to mainstream reality star was meteoric, fueled in large part by the swirling drama around her personal life, particularly her relationship with Dakota Mortensen. That relationship had already produced one extremely public, extremely ugly moment. In February 2023, Paul was arrested in Utah stemming from an incident with Mortensen. She was charged with aggravated assault and other offenses, including domestic violence in the presence of a child. The arrest itself was featured in the very first episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Police body camera footage of Paul's arrest in that case was featured in the series premiere, with Paul calling it the worst night of my life. She pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor assault charge, and the other counts were dismissed. Despite all of that, the arrest, the domestic violence charges, the presence of a child during the altercation, ABC selected Taylor Frankie Paul to be the star of season 22 of The Bachelorette. The network was clearly banking on synergy between Hulu's Mormon Wives franchise and ABC's long-running dating show, both owned by Disney. It was a calculated gamble, and for a brief moment, it looked like it was going to pay off. Then, on March 19, 2026, 3 days before the season premiere, the entire thing detonated. TMZ published a video showing Paul attacking Mortensen in front of her daughter in 2023. During the earlier incident, in the video, Dakota can be seen recording the fight on his phone as Taylor yells at him and attempts to strike him, at one point putting him in a headlock. He could also be heard telling her that her daughter was present as Taylor began throwing metal bar stools at him. Even more disturbing, the responding police officer's written declaration confirmed the child was hit by one of the stools. ABC pulled the season within hours. In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family. A Disney spokesperson said, "It was an unprecedented move, an entire already filmed season of one of the most iconic franchises in reality television, scrapped days before airing." A source connected to The Bachelorette said no one at ABC had seen the video before TMZ posted it. But that wasn't the end of Paul's troubles. Filming for Season 5 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was also put on hold after an alleged confrontation between Taylor and Dakota in February 2026. A spokesperson for the Draper City Police Department confirmed that there was an open domestic assault investigation regarding Taylor and Dakota, with allegations made in both directions. Mortensen, who has temporary custody of their 2-year-old son, asked the court to turn a short-term protective order against Paul into a long-term one. By early April 2026, Taylor Frankie Paul had lost her Bachelorette season. Her other show was on indefinite pause. Her ex had temporary custody of their son, and she was facing another investigation. Her Instagram, once a curated portrait of influencer life, had turned into a raw, unfiltered window into someone struggling. The last 40 days felt like hell on earth. She wrote in an April 12th post, "Through every panic attack, I prayed for strength, as I could feel my body breaking down." This was the Taylor Frankie Paul that the internet claimed was walking through Provo alongside Stefon Diggs. To understand why the internet reacted the way it did to the Diggs-Paul sighting, you have to understand just how messy and public the Diggs-Cardi B breakup was. The signs started before the Super Bowl even kicked off. Just one day before the game, Cardi gave a dry good luck. When asked by a reporter at the Fanatics Super Bowl party red carpet if she had an inspiring message for Diggs, that two-word answer, dripping with disinterest, was replayed endlessly on social media. During the game, Cardi danced alongside other celebrities like Alex Earl and Pedro Pascal during Bad Bunny's halftime performance. Then she disappeared. She left the stadium before the game was over. Not exactly the behavior of a partner who was there to support her man on the biggest night of his career. Meanwhile, cameras captured something that added fuel to the dumpster fire. At the Super Bowl, the NFL shared a video of Diggs greeting his friends and family before kickoff. In the clip, a woman identified as Pre, who allegedly had an affair with Cardi B's ex-husband Offset, told Diggs "I love you" while shaking his hand as he walked by. She stood next to Diggs' mom. That detail alone was enough to keep the internet speculating for weeks. The day after the loss, fans noticed that both Cardi and Diggs had unfollowed each other on Instagram. In the modern era of celebrity relationships, that is the equivalent of a press release. Entertainment Tonight confirmed the duo's breakup one day after the Super Bowl. Then 50 Cent weighed in, because of course he did. He posted a photo of Cardi and Diggs side by side on Instagram, essentially trolling Diggs for losing both this woman and the Super Bowl in the same night. According to Page 6, the rapper and the Patriots wide receiver had actually split a few days before Super Bowl LX, with sources claiming the breakup was tied to Diggs allegedly betraying Cardi multiple times. A source told US Weekly their relationship was always so up and down, and that this isn't the first time they have broken up. The source described Cardi as feeling free, saying his friends had been trying to show her he was not right for her. 5 days after the Super Bowl loss, on February 13th, Diggs appeared at Massachusetts Dedham District Court for his arraignment, where he pleaded not guilty to felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault and battery. His attorney told reporters outside the courtroom that he is completely innocent, and he will be completely exonerated. Then came the professional blow. The New England Patriots informed Diggs that they would be releasing him. After the start of the league year on March 11th, the man who had just led them to a Super Bowl, who had given them their first 1,000-yard receiver in years, was cut. Free agent, unemployed. Multiple outlets have since floated potential landing spots, including a possible reunion with New England. But as of April 2026, Diggs remains unsigned with a trial date set for May. So when that photo of Diggs and Paul surfaced on April 8th, it wasn't just a random celebrity sighting. It was the collision of two of the messiest, most scrutinized public figures in America, and the internet treated it exactly like what it appeared to be. Confirmation that chaos attracts chaos. But here's the thing. The entire viral moment was built on a lie. The picture in Football Crave's viral post was a real photo of Diggs that was photoshopped. The real picture is from 2023, where Diggs was walking in Paris for a photo shoot. The photoshopped picture turned Diggs to make it look like he was walking in front of the camera and also embellished his shoes. The viral social media posts about Diggs and Paul being spotted together in Provo, Utah, were created by the parody account Football Crave, which openly describes itself as a parody and entertainment page. Not a credible news source, and yet the post spread to every corner of the internet within hours. Major publications picked it up. Reaction videos were filmed. Millions of people formed strong opinions about a relationship that, as far as anyone can verify, does not exist. Posts about the two being an item began in late March, but no substantiated claims have been made that they are actually together. There is no confirmed information suggesting a romantic relationship between Stefon Diggs and Taylor Frankie Paul. Neither Stefon Diggs nor Taylor Frankie Paul has publicly addressed the sighting. One user on X quickly pointed out the deception, replying to Pearl Davis's "Match Made in Heaven" comment by stating that this is not a real photo. This photo is a product of AI editing, and even linked back to the original images to prove it. And this is where the story becomes less about Diggs and Paul and more about the ecosystem that made this moment possible. Because the reason so many NFL players, media figures, and fans reacted the way they did isn't just because the photo looked convincing, it's because it was entirely believable given everything both of these people have been through in the last 6 months. Think about it. Diggs, freshly out of a relationship with one of the most famous women on earth, facing criminal charges, unemployed despite being one of the best receivers in the league, with a history of personal controversies. Paul, her bachelorette season shelved, her reality show on hold, facing a protective order hearing, embroiled in a domestic violence investigation, posting about having panic attacks. If someone told you these two had somehow found each other in a random Utah city, you wouldn't question it. You'd lean in, and that's exactly what happened. The reactions from NFL circles weren't just entertainment. They were a reflection of how people perceive these two individuals right now. Nobody said, "That doesn't make sense." Instead, they laughed, joked, and speculated, because in the court of public opinion, the pairing felt inevitable even if it was fabricated. Relationship rumors and speculation around high-profile celebrities and athletes often spread quickly on social media, even when they are unsubstantiated. This story highlights the need for caution when consuming unverified social media posts, especially those involving high-profile figures. The truth is, the photo was fake. There is zero credible evidence that Stefon Diggs and Taylor Frankie Paul have ever met, let alone walked together through Provo on an April morning. But the real story, the one worth paying attention to, is what the reactions revealed about both of them. The internet didn't just fall for a doctored image. It fell for a narrative that had been building for months, across two completely different worlds. Two people, neither of whom can catch a break in 2026, were thrust together by a parody account and a well-timed Photoshop. And the NFL world, the reality TV world, and everyone in between ate it up. That says a lot more about where we are as a culture than it says about either Stefon Diggs or Taylor Frankie Paul.